Morning student, today I am going to start center of gravity and circular motion. Center of gravity. First I am going to discuss center of gravity. So before the discussion of center of gravity, I would be request to you watch the full video and subscribe, share and like this video. Okay, if you like this video, please also give us some good comment in comment box. Okay, thank you. So now I am going to discussion of center of gravity. So before center of gravity, we are going to explain center of mass, and we are going to understand what is the center of mass. Okay, so let me consider a body. So a body made by some many particle constitutes of many particles, and then it will make a body. So everybody have the what made of the many particles. That particles have an individual mass, like let we consider M1, M2, M3, M4, so like that M5, okay, like that Mn. Okay, so obviously everybody have the many particles, or everybody make by the many particles, that every particles have an individual mass. Okay, so here the center of mass is what? The center of mass is a point, in a point where entire mass of the particle concentrate at this point. Okay, so you can write the center of mass. The center of mass is a point where entire mass of the body can be considered. Okay, so howsoever the body is placed, that means you know very well. Okay, so the everybody have the made of, there are many particles, and every particle have an individual mass. Okay, the all mass is concentrated where? At the center of center of mass. So center of mass is what? Is a point. Let me consider it is the center of mass. Let this point, let P consider is the center of mass. That at center of mass, the total mass of the center of mass is equal to summation of all masses of the particle, okay, constitutes and to form the body. So this is the all masses of the particle, and it will what? It is equal to the entire mass of the body, where is a place at the center of mass. The center of mass is just a position where the entire mass of the body we consider. Okay, now after then I am going to discuss center of gravity. The same thing, center of gravity, obviously again we consider a body. Obviously the body made of many particles, okay, and every particle have an individual mass. Like this is the first particle M1. Let me consider this is the second particle, obviously mass M2, and another particle be considered. Let here M3, M4. So there are many particle constitutes and to make a body. So obviously, and every particle obviously have a weight vertically downwards, M1g, M2g, similarly here M3g, here M4g, okay, here M5g. So obviously every particle have an individual weight. Okay, so similarly here center of gravity is also a point where the summation of weight of all particle at that point, in that is entire weight at that point. That means you can say the summation of all weight of the particle. Okay, is concentrated where? At the center of gravity. At the center of gravity. That means you can say entire weight of the all constituent particle of body, particle of body act as center of gravity. That means if you consider this is the center of gravity, that means if you consider here is a weight, so this weight is equal to the summation of all weight of the constituent particle. That is, you can write m1g plus m2g plus m3g plus m4g dot 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 mng, if there are n particles there. Okay, so or you can also write, it's a very important thing, is center of mass, so center of gravity is point, center of gravity is a point where algebraic summation of moment of force, okay, due to all weight of constituent particle of body is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. That means how? If the total moment of force in anti-clockwise is equal to the total moment of force in clockwise, so at that case, what? The algebraic summation of the total moment of force due to the all particles, weight of the all constituent particles is equal to 0. So that means what? You can write, when the 0, you can write what? Moment of force in anti-clock direction is equal to moment of force in clockwise direction. So now here you can see it. So we are going to find here the moment of force in clockwise and anti-clockwise. So I'm going to find the moment of force about the center of gravity. Okay, about the center of gravity. Okay, so now, so let me consider this is the r1 distance. Okay, r1 distance from the center of gravity to the weight m1g. This is the perpendicular distance. Similarly, we consider again perpendicular distance to the weight m2g, or that is point of application of force, that we consider r2. Now again perpendicular distance we take for m3g weight. Okay, similarly we can consider all perpendicular distance for all particular weights. So we consider here what? r4. Similarly this is the r5. So now here you can see the direction of moment of force due to this weight is going in which direction? Anti-clock direction. Now here you can consider for this weight, it will go direction of distance, this one, and this is the direction of weight, so it will what? It will go what? It's a clockwise direction. So similarly here you can write, here you can see m1 r1 is an anti-clock. Okay, here the m2 r2 clockwise. So that means here you can say m1 m5 m6. Okay, m1, okay, sorry, here m1. Now we consider here m4. Okay, m5. Okay, we consider here m6. So here in anti-clockwise the force is what? m1 g1 r1 plus m2 g2, sorry, m5 g r5. Okay, if you consider let mn, so if the perpendicular distance is rn, so m1 g rn, this is the what? Moment of force in anti-clockwise direction. Now the moment of force these all weight, no, this cause of these all weight, the moment of force, it will go clockwise direction. So now you consider here M2G R2 plus M3G R3 plus M6G R6. So overall, then it will come here left sides. So that means what? Total moment of force, algebraic summation of moment of force about the center of gravity is 0. Okay. So this is the very important definition. Okay, so about the center of gravity, the moment of force, okay, due to the all weight of the constituent particle about the center of gravity is what? 0. Okay, so now so I am going to define the center of gravity of the for some regular solids object. Okay, so now write down center of gravity for some regular object. So first we consider let rod. So where is the center of gravity for rod? So let we consider draw the diagram. Let's is the length is L. So the center of gravity for this rod, midpoint of the rod is the position of center of gravity. So from here L by 2, or you can say from this end also L by 2. This is okay, it is the midpoint of the rod where you got the center of gravity. Now for circular disc. So in circular disc, the geometrical center is the position of the center of gravity. So this is the center of gravity, position of center of gravity. Now third, let me consider solid or a hollow sphere. So again for solid, that means for hollow spherical or solid spherical, again geometrical center of the hollow sphere or solid sphere, you will get the center of position of center of gravity. Achha, similarly, let another regular object, let be consider, let's cylinder. So we consider cylinder, where the center of gravity. The first of all, you find the axis of cylinder. The axis of cylinder, that means the center of the straight line passes through the center of base. Okay, center of base. This is the what? Axis of cylinder. Okay, so the midpoint of the axis of the cylinder is what? You will get the center of gravity, position of center of gravity. Okay, so now for the consider solid cylinder. If the solid cylinder height h, okay, the center of gravity is what? Above the base by h by 4. So you will get here the center of gravity. For this is the solid cone. If you consider the hollow cone, so the center of gravity above the base is h by 3. So you get the center of gravity here in this case. Okay. So now this is the what? Center of gravity. Okay, now I am going to discuss circular motion. So what is the circular motion? First of all, so when a body move on a circular path is called circular motion. Okay, when a body move in a circular path, that is called circular motion. The circular motion defined in two types. Okay, according to variation of magnitude of speed. So number one is the uniform circular motion. Number two, non-uniform circular motion. So generally in our syllabus in class 10, uniform circular motion is given. When you want to know the briefly knowledge of circular motion, so it will study on class 11. Okay, so now uniform circular motion. What is the uniform circular motion? So first, when a body move in circular path with constant speed is defined as uniform circular motion. Okay, so that means the magnitude of speed always constant, let here the speed is v, again here v, again here v, again here v. So every point on the circular path speed be constant, then this motion is called uniform circular motion. But here you can say speed is constant but velocity is variable. Why? Magnitude of velocity is constant, but the direction of this one, velocity always changes. At this point it will go in this direction, at this point it will go in this direction, this point, so always it will go tangentially. Okay, so the direction of velocity always changes. So it's our velocity is variable but speed is constant. So speed, that means nothing, that's just, you can say the magnitude of velocity is what? Speed. Magnitude of velocity is what? Speed. So you can also say the magnitude of velocity is constant on circular path, that it is called uniform circular motion. Okay. Acha. Now so due to varies of velocity, okay, varies of velocity means what? Speed is constant but direction is always changes. So due to the varies of velocity, cause of what? Cause of changes the direction of velocity, changes the direction of velocity at every point on the circular path. Okay, so that cause velocity be varies. If the velocity be varies, so there is a acceleration develop in what? Radially towards the center. Why? Due to the varies of velocity. Okay, so cause they are radially towards the, there is a what? Acceleration radially towards the center. So there is a what? Acceleration produced. Okay. Okay, so this acceleration is defined as centripetal acceleration. So one thing remember, when a body move on a circular path, okay, either constant velocity or either constant speed or either varies of speed, okay, there must be a acceleration towards the center, radially towards the center. That center is called centripetal acceleration. So you can say when any body move on a circular path, obviously there must be a acceleration towards the center. Or you can also say due to the centripetal acceleration body move on a circular path. Due to the centripetal acceleration body move on a circular path. Or you can say also when a body move on a circular path, there must be a acceleration towards the radially towards the center, that is called centripetal acceleration. And okay, so now this value of this centripetal acceleration is equal to, if this magnitude of speed is v, okay, so you can write centripetal acceleration is equal to v square by r, where r is the radius of the circular path. Okay, so if there is a centripetal acceleration towards the center, so that cause there is a force, that force is called centripetal force. So if the body mass is a, so you can write Fc is what? Mass into acceleration. So mass is a, b square by r. So this is the word centripetal force. So that means you can say when a body move on a circular path, in a circular path, okay, there must be a force, there must be a force radially towards the center, radially towards the center. That force is defined as centripetal force. That force is defined as centripetal force. Okay. So now this force towards the center, radially towards the center, this force is called centripetal force. Now, one thing, centripetal force is not a new type of force. Okay, how? See, if you consider a stone tied with a string, now if you rotate and this stone move on a circular path, okay, so obviously when a body move with velocity v, let uniform circular motion, so every point is speed be what? Same. So obviously there is a force radially towards the center, that is what? Centripetal force. And here the centripetal force is what? Work as what? Tension of the string, tension on the string. So here the centripetal force equal to what? Tension on the string. Okay, tension in string, that is also equal to mv square by r. So here tension in string is work as what? Centripetal force. Let me another example. Let any planet move around the sun. Okay, so here the obviously a gravitational force and body move in a where is a circular path. Okay, so when a body move in a circular path, obviously already told that there is a force towards the center. That force is called centripetal force. Here centripetal force is a work as a gravitational force. Gravitational force. So centripetal force is a not new force, it's about another force become a centripetal force. Here gravitational force work as a centripetal force. Now another example you can also see. So when a body move on a circular, any car move on a circular path. Okay, so here the what? A frictional force is a work as a centripetal force. Okay, obviously any body move on a circular path, obviously there is a force towards the center, that is called centripetal force. But here the centripetal force work as a what? Friction force. Okay, so simply what is the centripetal force? Centripetal force, when a body move on a circular path, okay, then there is a must what? A force towards the radially towards the center, that force is called centripetal force. Okay, so after then you write centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is what? It is a pseudo force. It is a pseudo force that is equal and opposite of centripetal force. Centripetal force. Okay, or you can say opposite, that means you can say radially outward. Radially outward, radially outwards from the center, away from the center, away from center. Okay, so this pseudo force is what? Balance the centripetal force. This pseudo force is the balance the centrifugal force. Okay, so you can say the centrifugal force balance also the centripetal force. Okay, so now next class I will discuss some numerical based on the torque, moment of force or centripetal force. Okay, so please subscribe and like and also give a good comment, then I will make a more video for you. Thank you.